Okay, welcome back to MD Model Works. It's been a while due to the weather. Obviously the UK has had the hottest summer since 1976 and it doesn't bear well for model making or spraying in general, so I decided to have a bit of a break, and along with that, with family issues that came up, I've decided I had a bit of a hiatus, or a break I should say. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to do something completely different to get me back into it. And we're going to do Tamiya's 135 Dragon Wagon US 40-ton tank transporter, which is to carry the Sherman, and this will be built for Telford this year. So if you are at Telford, come along to the Alclad stand, come and say hello. There's going to be some weathering demos there by Mig Jimenez's boys, something decent to watch. Anyway, this is a 1998 kit. I know nothing about it. I know very little about excuse me, about military stuff, as in vehicles altogether, so I'm in the dark. So what we're going to do, we're going to do step-by-step guide. I know someone put on my YouTube channel the other day that it's boring, it takes so long to do anything. I show you everything that I do. I don't hide the good bits, I don't hide the bad bits. So if you don't like it, turn it off. But other than that, this is what you're going to get. Right, so straight into it. What I've done, I've already removed some parts, which are parts 1, 2. Oops, throw them on the floor. So we're going to start building her up straight away. Just finding the parts we need. So I'll clean that bit up, which is fairly good already, so that's fine. Okay. Right, so straight in with our Tamiya glue, and we will be following the instructions because, as I said, I don't do military vehicles very often, so it's fairly new to me. We're going to paint as and when required, like I used to when I first started the hobby. I'm going to go back to the basics because I'm relearning again after a few days. So we just want to make sure that everything's correct. Let's see that one. 2 smaller ones up. That's it. Like that. Lovely. So we're going to get Tamiya extra thin. Just touch in. Let it flow. And again on the side. That'll all flow in. That's all we need. And leave that bit to dry for a few seconds, and then what we're going to do, we're going to build up the front of the lorry cab as such. Just having a look to see where everything goes and how things work. We've got our small area here. This has got to have our horns plugged into, so we'll just put a little bit of glue inside of each. And there's one of the horns. Straight in. And as it dries, we'll straighten those up. And the other one. Like so. Bit fiddly, but hey ho, and it needs to go the other way round, would you believe, which isn't an issue. Should have checked the instructions. And in we go, and we'll just put a little bit of glue on that, just a touch, just so that helps it bind in just that little bit better. level them up nicely so they sit right. Lay those to one side for a moment. While we're doing that, we can, there you go. There's that bit gone. Right, let's have that other piece off the sprue. Put it on the D sprue, I believe. Yep. So we need to take this bit quickly off the sprue. I thought I had them all ready. Shows I didn't. So just like so, we find the right side, which is the side, this side. That's the left hand side as you actually look at it. What we're going to do first, there are some little bits of what's left of the, when it was taken out of the mould, so just clean that up a little. We don't want to flatten her, so we just take her off gently, and then she should just clip into the holes. Everything looks good, so glue on the inside, then not too much, just touch and flow and let the glue do the work as we always do. And that's in there nicely, and that's the way that'll settle. Most of this is in the olive drab, so it's not going to be a massive paint job apart from one colour, but we'll have to see how we go. Okay, now the next part is to glue that onto there like so. So we just touch the glue on, get the right side, couple of fingers and thumbs, and then literally touch it on. I'll let that be for a few seconds just to sort of take a bit of a hold so we can move it around how we want. This piece is going to sit on top just like so, which we can get done. Now what we can do with this part is glue from the underneath. There's a nice piece of, a lot of detail on this kit that I have noticed so far. And just draw it down, hold that into place for a few seconds, and that can dry like so. And we've also got our radiator, which, just looking to see how we do this again. So it comes to that side, that goes in there, and that squares it all up just like that. So again, from the inside, just a touch, it looks happy, or I'm happy with that, I should say. We have the other side section, which clips on just like so. Just checking everything and make sure it's square, and again that looks pretty good. So we just run some glue on the inside again. Stops the glue marks on the outside, obviously. Of course, down the radiator. A pair of tweezers. Where are my favourite tweezers? Ba -bum -bum -bum. can't see them probably for looking at them. So we'll get another pair out. And I'll just run that inside to there. And just touch the glue in. Again, making sure we're square. That doesn't seem to be quite right. That is now. Getting everything lined up the way it should be. There you go. It's your first bit of your canopy done. Oh, the cockpit done. Cockpit. I think I'm gonna, what do you call it still? And then this bit goes on our chassis. Put those all over there for a moment. So we'll check our alignments. And again, with Tamiya, it's a perfect fit. We'll work out the best way to glue it. Glue it down, which looks good. I'll just see a little bit of a thing we didn't get rid of. And then we can lower her in. Into our chassis. And then we can use the glue. Yet again, just to get it nice and in place. Must admit, I mean, Tamiya have always been known as the #1, which they are. And it's just nice to build a reasonably older Tamiya kit just to see what they were like. But of course this kit also dates back to their wonderful Pt1 in that era, so that was gorgeous. Anyway, that's those on. Everything's looking tickety-boo. We have underneath, we've got a plate to go on. Just need to work out exactly where it goes. At the front, or the rear I should say. Just checking. Exactly what we want to do. So it just fits on like so. Again, just like a clip fit, which is what we always like to hear. A little touch of glue. That fits on there. Then we have our side rails, left and right. So we're up underneath again. We're going to work this out. I haven't got a clue. So this is the right hand side. I'm not sure how it goes. It must go just like that. That fits on there quite nicely actually. So we'll glue it all down. Better. So that will glue on there like so, but we want some, just a drop of glue dragged all the way down so that she goes into place like so with no issues. Then we have the same on the other side. All the way up. Run a bit of glue across the top. And put other strengthening piece in. That's a lovely job. And then we have our rear end light system, which need to check how this goes on again. So the lights go down. She slips in there just like so. Just a touch and a flow. Like so. We come to our outer edges. We have two holes here, and we have our strengthening plates, which head upwards like so, just like that. And we can add our strengthening plates. Nicely. And then on the other side the same. Lovely job. Right, that's part 2 done. Nearly. We're just gonna come back to this end, and we have some, what I believe to be, whether they are or not I don't know, but I believe them to be air tanks with pointing backwards. Okay, so we'll just put a little bit of glue around it. Add those in. It's nice. Sorry about the noise from next door. And again, there we go. Straight in. Jiggle them into place. And another superb fit. We'll just clean those up with a sponge in a little while. Then we have our part of our gearbox, I would imagine. Excuse me for rattling on the camera. That fits there nicely. So we'll just go a little bit of glue around the edges. Don't need too much glue on this. That's all together. And the other part of the gearbox, which goes on to this bit, end of the drive shaft, goes just like that. And then we have our gearbox, which then goes round. Yep. Checking everything. Not all to line up. There we go. So that's parts 1 and 2 built. Now I'm going to keep these videos short, or shorter, so people don't get bored. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get the other parts off the sprue, clean them up, the next set of parts, and we're ready to build some more. Alright, thanks for watching part 1. Back with part 2 very shortly.